You tell me a story about the Bible today, I'm old enough to have heard it sometime. I must have heard it. I might not know what page it is, but I know that something like that is there. It does not matter. What matters is what do you do with what is said. The page and the parable and who said it is not relevant. For me, maybe for you, if you don't read the page and know the chapter and everything, it means you are not grounded in it. Okay, I am not, but at least I know. When you tell me the truth, I know. When you speak the truth, I know. When you say it the way it is, there I say, yes, this is the truth. What do you make out of it? That's the point. That's the most important thing. Not who said it or what said it or what time it was said. No. The guy was it's not relevant for me. I know it is there. If you quote, because even some of you are quoting out of context because you think you have to quote for people to believe you. You don't have to. You do not have to. Absolutely don't have to. So in a nutshell, what I'm saying is that when you see the truth, please speak the truth. It doesn't matter who is hurt. Today, IPOB, the Biafra movement that started by Mazi Iyke, is grounded on truth. He has no permanent friend. Immature Agwagi, Imema Agwagi. That's what it's supposed to be. Okay, Nyaroluana, if I about this kind of people that will say things and don't say anything. And you expect us to follow them. They are all falling apart. That's why 100 years we have not achieved anything because of this same thing. All this will end when Biafra comes. On achievement, let people say we are fighting ourselves. It doesn't matter. Let us fight ourselves. So what? Big deal. Where is it new? Is it a new thing? In a new society, in a new people, husband and wife that don't even know themselves, they come together, they fight, they make up, and they still live for many years. If you don't take care of these issues, they will always crop themselves up again. So my brother, whoever is thinking that what he said is very right, no. We have to be very careful before we are branded. Before people start looking at us suspiciously. We speak the truth all the time. It does not matter who is hurt. Its life is threatened. He came out on air. He told us, he sent in a tape saying exactly what happened. He mentioned some names based on what the killers, the people that came to kill him, told him. What is the wrong thing that he has done for relaying this story to us? And whoever wants to do anything, like one of my sisters from London yesterday said, from Great Britain, I agree with you. Anything, actually, silence is killing. Believe me sincerely. The poisonous thing, the most dangerous thing in this world is silence. It's a killer. You want to do something, do it. Don't even tell us, give us details. I remember a member of the US, I once told him, I said, please don't let these people push you into telling us what we are not supposed to know. We are not supposed to know, and you are not even supposed to explain anything to us. Just do it. Action speaks louder than words. When we see what you are doing, it's okay. Don't try to explain. You don't owe anybody no explanation. What you owe us is leadership that they have given you. You're doing it your own way, the way you think you're going to do it. To hell with everybody else. I don't care what people say. It doesn't mean anything. They didn't put me there because I'm not competent enough to be there. And they didn't put you there because you don't have the clouds to do it. But criticism is the easiest thing in this world. We call it blah, 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 talking. You can't talk. Just give us a solution. Criticism is something that is so easy. Everybody can criticize, honestly. There's nobody who cannot. But when they come, it's like, for me, I look at this whole thing like when you watch boxing. I used to use it as an analogy, and I'm watching a boxing when the bell goes bam for the dispress, and then the manager climbs over the rope, goes in there and telling the man that is boxing, listen, knock him on this way, knock him on that way, you are putting your hand too low, you got to jab the guy and knock this guy out, bro. And as soon as the bell goes bam, he steps out. Then the fighter gets up. He is the one facing the wall, facing his opponent. This is exactly what we see in leadership. We talk and talk and talk and talk and talk, but when the comes to become, we all step aside. Who is carrying the cross? The man that they gave leadership to. It's not you. You have spoken your words and your words of wisdom, quote and unquote, and you are on the side. Now it's left for them. If they put you there, like the manager who is telling the boxer to get up, if the boxer decides to jump over the rope and get out, the manager stands there, they will not come out in 1 second because he won't know what to do. He has the knowledge of what to do, but he cannot execute it. Just the same thing with all of us. We sit down there, we condemn, we criticize, we say all kinds of things because we think we have too much wisdom in our brain. If all these people have all this wisdom, why are we the way we are? Why has this country been watched? People are watching it, go down. I have a brother-in-law who just came out of Nigeria, who just traveled and came back with his wife. They just got newly married. They went home to, he was telling me so many stories. These are people who don't believe that Nigeria will ever break up. But then in the end, he told me, but uncle, I don't really see how this thing can be fixed. I said, it has no fixture. You can't fix the zoo. The truth that you have to tell yourself, don't, it's like somebody's praying and he's very, very sick and he's praying. He's still hoping that he's going to get well. That's okay. It's okay to have faith and hope. But the wisest thing sometimes is to find a solution, go to the hospital and see. When you're praying, your prayer too will work because I believe in the efficacy of prayer. But you see, something that I believe in is that even though you go to the hospital, it has nothing to do with you are being prayerful. You pray and the hospital will work for you and everything goes pari passu. You want to get well, that's the target, that's the end product. So the man just said, but how are they going to fix it? I said, it has no fixture. You cannot fix it. He's talking about his experience. They're stopping him and asking him, do you have an ID? This man that came from the US, the police is asking him for an ID and then calling him Oga, and the rest of them is a young man that goes, nobody has ever called me Oga in my life, but over there you see an old man calling me Oga and all the rest of them, just for twinkle. And then how much? 1,000 naira, 2,000 naira. That is worthless money. That is not going to buy him a cup of rice, possibly. So the situation is, when you see things getting worse, and we have all these wise men around us, all these people who know too much, they know everything, but they know nothing. The country is going down. It's going down every day. It's not going to ever get back up on its feet. Look at the way the money is. It's rotting away. I'm still looking up to the time when they would tell us that 1,000 naira is $1. We are getting there. We are getting there. Inflation is just there, and the people that are doing this are not even prepared to listen. Coming to our own people is not a problem for me. I'm telling you the truth, because as we're all into this. If you think that temporary gratification or making so much noise to put what would I put to make yourself look very important, go ahead and do it. Do it as much as you want, but you know something? Nothing is coming to change. The warning has been given from different angles and different people at different times. Nobody pays attention. We are still whiling down in our ignorance. We are going down and down and down and down. And if we think that we're going to ever go up again, it is not true. Let me take a very short break and I'll be back with you. Stay tuned. Don't go away, please.
Nnamdi Kanu, the man with the lion voice, the man with the thunder voice. When he speaks, the enemies will panic and take cover. Nigeria, any other
We need peace, we choose freedom. We need peace, we choose freedom. There was a nation living in peace and unity. Hey, they are people with love and harmony. Oh, yeah. They saw greatness rise up to its purity. We are not a people of different culture.
I'm dancing up. And, Itembe music used to be loving the music that we listened to when we were kids in Calabar, and I remember those days. So what we are saying this morning is that still talking about our plight, our way to independence, our way that we're going. We are going there. We're going to get what we want, regardless of whatever they say. Keep focus on the ball. Don't be distracted by people saying all kinds of things. And because if you want to get confused in this issue, there is a way to create a confusion. Go and start listening to all of them. Jump from one blogger video making to another one. It's okay, but the more you do it, the more you get confused, because again, what are you really looking for? Radio Biafra is there 247. Even if you have not, believe me sincerely, when you even listen, you discover that even some of the broadcasts, the past broadcasts of our leader, they are very, very strong. With all these things, I know I am here in this station. When I hear some of them, I would like, wow, when was this one? I didn't hear this one. It becomes something for me, because the day, with the day you hear it, that's the day, because it's a new thing for you. No matter when the broadcast was done. A lot of people are saying, oh, we heard this before. Yeah, you have. But there are people that have not heard it. So anytime you listen to Radio Biafra, you get information. If you go out there, because when you are expecting a failure of something, like a child who goes to school, everybody's expecting the child to fail. And the child is doing well, is excelling. They have to really find out something. Of my say, I had no mind, he copied somebody's exam. He wasn't the one that took the exam. It's okay. Copy it for how many years? 5 years. Every year you copy. Every year you copy. And for 5 years you did very well. You came out even WAEC to you copy. Because they want to brand that person. So what they are doing is talking. This lady that I'm talking about, I just found out her name. They call her Ijele or something like that. I know she's a broadcaster somewhere in the radio, because I think I've seen her before. These are the kind of people, when they talk, I listen to them, because you know something? You see, when you look at her, you see Satan behind her. There's something she's saying there. On her he will pretend as if he's part of you. He will pretend as if you lost what you're doing. She's supposed to be a broadcaster. Somebody works in the media. He's telling us that she's confused. A media person is confused. News and radio, they're confused. Because you know what? She chose to be confused. Because there's no confusion. She's just making it up. for ignorant listeners to. Anyway, I read most of the comments, and she was not getting to anybody because all of them were thousands of people, hundreds anyway, commented. I never saw one positive, none, not one. Because they know that we have seen through their plight. The Fulani is at work. That's what they know how to do. What they know how to do is to come to your home and take your home. They do everything. The money that they didn't make up, they just use them anyhow. I saw a video that he showed us pyramids. It's like a pyramid of rice. A pyramid of rice. And the rice pyramid. What is the use of a pyramid of rice when people are hungry? The price of rice hasn't gone down. It's going up. But they're showing us pyramids of what they call rice. Something that a small boy can even create on the computer. What if that thing is plywood? What is the rice? The pyramid. But who cares? We don't have to show us rice. You have to show us that, oh, you see, this rice was 800 naira yesterday. Today it is sold for 30 naira. That's what we will ask, what happened? That you bring us, showing us pyramid of rice. Okay, what is the use? Because that's how the Fulani, that's how they think. This nation called Nigeria is an extent of their father. They own it. They won't even let you have your own life. And they are doing it and doing it very, very well. They are not even giving up at all. This is what Usman Danfodio said, and they are going to dip the Quran in the sea. And they are doing everything in their power to make sure that they do that. I'm telling you.
This new nation called Nigeria shall be an extension of the estate of a great father, Usman Danfodio. We must ruthlessly prevent a change of government. We must use the people of the Middle Belt as willing tools, and the people of South as conquered territory, and never let them rule over us. Never let them control their own future. Speech by Sir Ahmadu Bello on 12th October 1960. Gentlemen of the press and great people of Yoruba land and Nigeria, we welcome you to this epoch-making section convened to brainstorm on how to safeguard the security of lives and properties of our people in Lagos State.
If you have an iPad here and you have access to the internet right here, I will just invite you, please go online straight away and go to wikipedia.org, Wikipedia, and type into the search engine Abuja Declaration 1989. And this information will come up. Islam in Africa held a conference in Abuja in 1989. At the end of it, they issued a declaration, and it goes to eradicate in all its forms and ramifications all non-Muslim religions in member nations. Such religions shall include Christianity. Now please note that word. To eradicate in all its forms and ramifications. Now Nigeria is a member nation. All non-Muslim religions, such religions shall include Christianity. The word Christianity in the communique was underlined. To ensure only Muslims are elected to all political posts of member nations, to ensure the appointment of only Muslims into strategic national and international posts of member nations, to ensure the ultimate replacement of all Western forms of legal and judicial systems with the Sharia, then to make sure that this strategy works, because it's going to require money. Babangida, as the self-appointed president of Nigeria, put his hand into the treasury of Nigeria, took $21 billion out and gave it to OIC. to the Islamic Development Fund of OIC and said, take this money for the total, I'm quoting, for the total Islamization of Nigeria in particular and Africa in general. Babangida paid $21 billion of our money to turn Nigeria into an Islamic nation. And they have started. Boko Haram, don't look at it as something that is isolated to the northeast. It is meant to cover the entire nation until Christianity is eradicated in all its forms and ramifications. There are two ideologies inside the Nigerian constitution. Let me show you something. Sharia is mentioned in your constitution 73 times. Islam 28 times. Grand Qadi 54 times. Muslim 10 times in the Nigeria Constitution 1999. There is no single mention of Christ in the Nigerian Constitution. No single mention of Christian in the Nigerian Constitution. No single mention of Christianity in the Nigerian Constitution. No single mention of church in the Nigerian Constitution. Now I ask you, sir, I ask you, ma, is your country an Islamic state, a Christian state, or a secular state? Which one is Nigeria? There is an Islamic agenda for Nigeria. In 1983, OIC held a strategy meeting in London. And at that meeting, they strategized how to turn the whole of Africa into an Islamic continent. The reason of OIC is that Africa is the only continent that has the largest population of Muslims in the world. Therefore, the entire continent should be Islamic. They produced a 322-page document. After that strategy session, 156 pages focused on Nigeria. They identified 7 key nations that must be captured before they can turn Africa into an Islamic continent. The 7 nations are Nigeria, Kenya, Liberia, Malawi, Cote d'Ivoire, South Africa, and Democratic Republic of Congo. OIC says these 7 nations must primarily be Islamized. And of these 7 nations, Nigeria is number 1. Once they Islamize Nigeria, then there is no problem with Islamizing Kenya. So when you hear of terrorist attack in Kenya, that they attack the mall in Kenya, it is not isolated from what Boko Haram is doing in Nigeria. It's the same.
Now, this was said many years ago. Now we see the role that Kenya is playing in the abduction of our leader. Listen, I said Radio Biafra, this is where we cement wisdom. You have to sit down and think. Reverend Bosu did this tape, I think in 2014, thereabout. And today, we see what the role that Kenya is playing. Through the Great Britain, they are part of it. They are the ones that are forcing this and trying to make it work. 28 million in those days is quite a lot of money. And they are doing it, they are using judiciously to accomplish what they intend to do with the money. And compliments included, the system includes using our own people. The people who are saying that they are confused. They are not confused, for God's sake. They are absolutely not confused. They know what they are doing. They know what time it is. They are just pretending to be confused in order to confuse the gullible. People who don't know what direction they are going. We keep saying it on Radio Biafra. Keep your eye on the ball. Don't let these people distract you. Because that's what they intend to do. Bosu did this in 2014. And in fact, actually, what he said about Abuja Declaration, Google took it out. It was there. It was there because originally, the first time I heard this, I went to Google. It was there. Then later on, a friend of mine who was like, where did you get this information from? I said, why don't you go to Google? He went and then came back to me and said, but Google did. I said, what do you mean? So I went back. Google had taken it off. In fact, they didn't take it off completely. I think they twisted the words because Bosso was quoting it exactly how it was. But that notwithstanding, the truth has been decimated. People have already heard it. So no matter what they try to do with it. Kenya is the second country that they said that if they are able to do this in Kenya, then the whole of Africa. So Kenya is where the British people are using to do their job. Extraordinary rendition. We are watching to see what will come out of this. Because you don't go to another country, another man's country, kidnap somebody and take him away to a country that doesn't belong. He does not carry the Nigerian passport. He has a British passport. He's a British citizen. They will not do anything because, you know something, they stand to gain, and their gain is going to fall on them no matter what. We know that. Well,
the MP, Harriet Hammond, has she not been here to discuss anything? No, she hasn't. She hasn't said a word. Her own constituents have written to her. She doesn't say anything. So what is going on? What is going on? Why has nobody from the Foreign and Commonwealth Office mentioned Mazi Iyke Peters? How can you have a British citizen travelling on a British passport, kidnapped in Kenya on June the 19th? He was tortured for 8 days before being extraordinary rendition back to Nigeria. Why was he extraordinary rendition back to Nigeria when he's a British citizen? Has nobody behind these windows asked that question? How can you all remain silent? How can you all pretend that you can't see anything going on? It's all over social media. Catriona Lang, the High Commissioner for the UK in Abuja, has done nothing. She gets tagged in every single tweet that tweets about Mazi Iyke Peters and extraordinary rendition. She doesn't reply to anybody. You ask a question, she blocks you. Is that really someone in her position? Is that really something she could be doing? She's done nothing at all. She's a representative of the UK in Nigeria. She represents British citizens in Nigeria. Why has she not represented Mazi Iyke Peters? Why is the total silence? You've got another protest next to us here, a lady called Nazanin. Nobody's helping her either. She's a British citizen. What is going on in this country? The 67 to 70 Biafran war, it wasn't a war. It was a genocide. And the UK was complicit in genocide. The UK is complicit in genocide now. Today, it's happening again. Yet why do we not hear about it? You go 20 yards away, the BBC cameras are there. The ITV cameras are there. Why does the BBC and ITV not cover Biafra? If what was going on in Nigeria was happening in any other Commonwealth country, it would be all over our news. So why is it not reported? It's not reported because the British government are still looting all the resources in Nigeria. Biafra on its own would be a world leader in any way you can think of. One of the richest countries on earth. But the UK can't let that happen. Because if the UK lets that happen, it has to start paying for the resources, of which all the oil that it gets now is given free. How can you put oil above thousands and thousands of people's lives, slaughtered on a daily basis? Catriona Lang, who works for this office, is fully aware of it. What's her response? Her response is to go on Twitter and start dancing with the Fulani terrorists who are committing these atrocities. How is that right? Ask yourself a question. How can we stay silent when this is happening? You can turn a blind eye. You can remain silent. You can do nothing at all. But don't ever turn around and say you didn't know what was going on, because you know exactly what's going on and you're doing nothing about it. It is absolutely shameful. Boris Johnson, what's he doing? He's doing nothing. Buhari is dead. Buhari died in London in February 2017.
That's right.
He died in London in 2017. So why do you still put this charade out that Buhari's coming to London? Buhari's coming for medical treatment. The man died in 2017.
Yes.
And when that comes out, seriously, the UK will look the biggest fools on earth. The death certificate's there. It's all written.
That's right.
There's proof he died in London. He's buried in Saudi Arabia, and yet you keep that quiet as well. How can you keep quiet that a president of a country died 4 years ago and you're still portraying him coming here for hospital treatment? Is that not a farce?
Cover up.
It's a total cover-up. A total corrupt cover-up by a totally corrupt government. But when Biafra comes, then we will see who laughs, because it won't be the UK. All hail Biafra!
All hail Biafra!
Anybody not following anything that DOS says goes. Anybody not following orders from Chike Dozium from DOS, you will be removed from IPOB and sanctioned appropriately. You know, before we remove you without knowing where you are. This time around, we will catch you before we remove you. Anything DOS says is what goes. Mazi Iyke is heading our reconciliation committee. If he calls you on the phone, you must listen to him and do as he says. He is our deputy head of Directorate of State, led by Mazi Iyke Peters Jan. They are the highest decision-making body in IPOB. If that thing is difficult, then now refer it to me. Do you understand? Anything, if they call you on the phone, you don't return their call, or you're doing strong head, I would then believe that the zoo has brought you over and you'll be dealt with.
This is Radio Biafra. The lines are open for you. Make your calls at 646-920-4541, 845-344-7984, 929-406-9953. We are IPOB. You have a structure. Whether you like it or not, you might not like the way we are structured, but you know something? We don't care. We don't really give a hoot. It doesn't mean anything. Listen to us. We are not a political party yet. When we become a political party, then you can now air your views. This is a quasi-revolutionary group. We say what to do. Our leader is Mazi Iyke. He appoints who he appoints, and those he has chosen to give a job, we allow them to do what they have been asked to do, even if we don't like it. I'm sorry, we don't like it. You don't like it, you don't like it. So what? What we are saying is that we have a leader. His name is Mazi Iyke, that extraordinarily renditioned and locked up in DSS custody. But we have Chike Dozium, we have the DOS, that those are the people that he handed it over to. It's very clear. So when somebody comes in and says, we are confused, we don't know what to do, because you want to be confused. And you know something, I wish you remain confused. When you want to be confused, you remain confused, that there's nothing anybody can do. I have a call. Let me take this as my first call today. Caller on straight line, please tell us your name and where you're calling from. Good morning from here. Caller, your line is open. You're not talking. What's up?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, sir. Good morning. Welcome to the program.
Good morning. My name is Yusuf and I'm calling from Boston. Mazi Iyke Peters, good morning. Before I say anything, I will bless the Almighty God for everything He's been doing for us, for His kindness, for His love, and for His protection towards us, especially our leader, Mazi Iyke. For ESN, mighty and everlasting God, continue to guide and protect them. Guide every one of your children, especially the truthful ones. May everything they need to sustain this struggle come to them. And may you continue to sustain each and every one of them. Protect our ESM members. Protect your children, O Lord, the way you've been protecting them. Father, all this we ask through Jesus Christ, our Lord and personal Savior. Mazi, you've spoken well. The pyramid of rice which they did, remember when we were talking about, they said they were the one that was feeding us.
Yes.
And we were saying that we feed ourselves. So unfortunately for them, they now went and now started showing the pyramid of rice that they cultivated, that they did this, that they did that. On the second note, one way or the other, when you are doing your own, there is one way or the other somebody that will always want to tell the truth.
Yes.
Not knowing that they've already taken the picture of the stand that they use in putting some of the rice they put there is not even up to 100 or up to 50.
I know.
To make the pyramid. And at the end of the day, they say they are the one feeding us. And we will know where it's going to end this time around. And come to think of it, like that's why we say that if you're not following what we're doing, you cannot know when you're getting lost.
Yeah.
You're not following Radio Biafra. You're because I see it as equally.
Yeah.
If you go to this place, they tell you this one. You go to this place, they tell you this one. Now you're beginning to now doubt what we are being told. For how many years can you listen to Radio Biafra? Then bloggers came out it is very funny, my brother.
It is.
Bloggers came out few years ago, maybe like 1 year or 2 years ago, and now you've turned into expert of bloggers. Now you're now the one that is expert that can explain what bloggers are explaining to you.
Yeah.
When you come now, you will now be asking us, after they've told you what to do, you will now turn it around and be asking stupid questions. Because I see it as stupid questions.
Yep.
If you're paying attention to what we're doing, you will not be able to be asking all these questions. Come to think of it, if anybody that does not understand what Onyendu said, when he said he is not a member of prescribed terrorist IPOB,
yeah,
then you must be foolish. Are we terrorists?
I wonder.
Our leader is the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, not a prescribed terrorist group.
No.
Of course, you will say no, I am not.
Of course.
So if you don't understand it, that means what we're doing here is no, you don't even understand what we're doing here. No. Then the best thing for you to do is to give us space. In your you give us space. If you don't understand what we're doing, that every time you come here and be talking rubbish and jargons, you give us space. When you're ready, when your sanity comes back to you, you come back. We will accept you. Obviously now you are part of the people that wants to destroy us. You will find your level.
Yep. We
will not accept nonsense. And you give instruction on what to do. You go, DOS gives you instruction on what to do. You go talking rubbish. No, it doesn't work like that. We follow instruction. Onyendu gives instruction, we follow it. Onyendu gives DOS instruction, we follow it. In fact, they cannot and they will never make Onyendu irrelevant. Because that's what they are trying to do. MSI irrelevant, then whatever Nigerian government does. Because this is what these people are planning all this while.
Yep. Yep.
Our Onyendu still remains our Onyendu. He is the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, not a prescribed organization.
Yep.
After all, in this US, if Mazi, once you give anybody letter, so far, the person is a member of IPOB, and he comes into this country, and he's in a good standing, and he wants he comes. And because of his being chased or being molested by this useless government that we have in Nigeria, once you answer for the immigration, they will give you your dues.
Oh yeah, of course.
We are not joking. If we are a terrorist organization, American government will not even answer you.
Of course.
All of you, everybody will be running away.
Oh yeah.
But once you say you're an IPOB member, once you mention Biafra from your mouth, you in fact you're in a very good standing.
That's right.
We know, we've done it, we know. So all these people that is talking rubbish that IPOB USA is in this, that is nonsense. It's people that want to gossip that will gossip. And when it comes to sabotaging what we are doing, you cannot do it.
Yep.
Because once something that if God has had destined something, you cannot push it back. It's not possible. You cannot push it back. That thing that he has said will come to fulfillment.
Yes.
And Biafra is a fulfilled dream, a fulfilled stuff that Almighty God has said is coming to pass. Nobody can stop it. I'm moving the person. Nobody can stop it. So, Mazi, let it go here. Let other people speak, because people don't understand what we are doing here. The people that does not understand. In fact, Mazi, let me say this thing. Some people that have been with us for donkey years.
Yes.
Still, listen to the people that have been here for 2 years. Obrala de high.
Madness.
Mazi, let me let you go.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much. All right. Like I said, they know what they are doing. What they are trying to do is to give us the impression or to create that notion that there is confusion when there is no confusion anywhere. It's as simple as that. We know that the game is up for them. They're trying to create they've tried their best to make sure that they make the world look at us as that we are confused, we don't know what we are doing. But they know very well that we know exactly what we are doing. It's them that are getting confused. And when you claim to be confused, I tell you, all I have to say to you is, well, remain confused, because that is your choice. That is what you have chosen. If you choose to be confused, remain confused. I don't want you to get away from the confusion. So it does not really matter. Our intention is to get Biafra. We have a radio station that is our voice. That's where we speak from. And when you listen to it and speak from there, you will not get confused. I have a call on, let's see, this is straight line caller. Good morning. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Mazi, good afternoon from here. It's your brother with you calling from the UK. Mazi, I appreciate you, yes, my big brother. I appreciate you. And then I appreciate your family that stand by you. And then our leader, I said our ancestors guide and protect you. And Biafrans all over the whole world, the peaceful ones I salute you. Mazi, I am under oath. I am not going to lie. These people are not confused. They are not confused. They know what they are doing. They are not confused. If they are confused, what stops them from going to jump inside one bridge and kill themselves? If they are confused, so they see all this trailer passing left and right. Why can't them just jump inside that trailer and let's see if they are confused? Mad people. Who is this people want to confuse? Biafrans? Just like my brother just said, you have been listening to Mazi Iyke for the past nearly 10 years now. And it's just few days, these criminals on social media, few days. And then you want to tell us that you are confused. Yeah, and that now. Mazi, like as I said, I've been calling upon our youth to wake up. And I'm glad to say what I saw in social media this morning, that I was watching. My heart is glad. You know what it is? There is a man in Ebony State. The video I was watching this morning, I hope some people have seen it. They say it's a one chairman. Mazi, who mentioned this guy, I don't know. This criminal, I don't know. They say it's one of the people they go by is using to kill our youth. You know what happened? Our youth rose up and went to his house and burned it down.
Yes.
I'm telling you. They say the guy was using a Bible to kill youth in Ebony State. And the youth vote and went to his house and burned the house down. It's on social media. They got punished them. Mazi Nnamdi must be the lead. I have only 6 grand for Fulani. Let me tell them. You see, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, Biafrans, I keep saying it, go against you because we are going to fight Fulani. Don't be deceived by anybody. We are going to, we have told the whole world that you see this IPOB is the last bus stop for Fulani. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu must be free from Fulani and he must be free. Give us a referendum, let our people determine their future.
Yep.
Fulani government, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is a time bomb. And we must carry everything that he tell us. The whole world is about to see who IPOB is. They can call us Mazi, whatever they like, they can call us.
Yep.
Azikiwe was called terrorist. Awolowo was called terrorist. Mandela was called terrorist. Where is this man from India? Gandhi was called terrorist. At the end of the day, what happened? They get their freedom. Where is Mandela statue today? It's somewhere in Britain here. Mandela statue, giant statue was somewhere in square in central London. What is the man they call terrorist? Mazi Nnamdi, Biafrans all over the whole world. That is what I am stand for. You see Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, this is where you are one and this is who we know. Or what come as you, or they go it down, you must go down. It's just a matter of time. Mazi, thank you for giving me this opportunity.
All right, thank you so much. This is Radio Biafra USA 2. We are still here. There's nothing anybody can do about it. You know, our Mazi said something many years ago. Say, ask the Biafra one, but you know, the Igbo man loves the truth. And as soon as you tell him the truth, he will follow you. Also, because our fathers, just the olden days, you know, they have a story of every day on you eventually they find out that and that is the way it is. For us, Nnamdi Kanu is our man. He has never lied to us. Anybody who is suggesting that we should start lying because we want to protect some people, to hell with that person out there. I'm not sure. If only we have a call. Good morning. Caller on straight line. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Good morning from here, Mazi
Mazi Iyke Peters, welcome to the program.
Yes, sorry, Mazi Iyke Peters. Good morning from here. The Chukwu Biama continue to bless you, strengthen you.
Amen.
For this wonderful work you are doing for Biafrans. Mazi, my name is Judo Kafo. Judo Kafo is from Agbo. Agbo is in Anioma. Anioma is Biafra land. And Anioma people are Igbo people.
Yes.
Mazi, I just want to use this time to thank GOS. Mazi, Chika Idozia, and Chimas Awolu, and the rest of the genuine GOS members for holding this struggle so strong and tight. I thank you now because me, Judo Kafo, I am a student of Radio Biafra and a student of Biafra University. And my professor is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And my leader will always say, come to Radio Biafra with a dose of common sense. And all these years, I have come to Radio Biafra with a dose of common sense. And many Biafrans have come to come and listen to the gospel. They came with a dose of common sense. Our leader will always retrain and say, Alamagari, you are invited. Come with your sweat and chalk, and they will come and get knowledge. You know, all these days, I don't put one and one together to know what has been going on and what is happening. It will only take those that have the spiritual eyes that Chukwu Biama have given to them to see that this thing that is going on is not an ordinary hand.
Yes.
You know, our leader being a very good man, listen to everybody. But one thing the book of life said, test all spirit, if they are the same or if they are of God. Because not all those that speak in tongue and prophesy are children of God. Even the devil speak in tongues in heaven. The devil was the choir master, second in command in heaven. He speak in tongue, he sees vision. But at the end, the devil was made. The devil entered against God in heaven. So also, Delilah was used to destroy Samson. You know, a lot of Biafrans have blamed DOS. I'm going to tell you, Biafra, please, for goodness sake, DOS are innocent of every blame and every allegation. They are innocent. They don't know what happened and what happened because Delilah was prepared from the pit of hell to come and destroy our leader. And they came in the name of vision. Don't tell us where you are going. Don't tell IPOB. Watch what you eat. Watch what you drink. These people working with you, they're against you. No, that all spirits, they are not for Chukwu Kikabiam. Our leader being a good man. Being like Samson. Tell them, Mary, came with that spirit of Delilah. And today, what happened? Of all places in the world, can you ask yourself why our leader choose to go to Kenya? Because Delilah and the other agent of the devil that was prepared in the kingdom of darkness to come and pull our leader down, to come and pull Biafra down, to come and make sure that Biafra will never come to pass. They can. And today, as intelligent as we are able to put one and one together to know that these things that is going on is not on our hand. And that is why when you see Delilah today on Facebook talking, it talks with power because there is something that is controlling her. When your Facebook is the one I'm talking about, there's something controlling her. And today, when you listen to her, you become bewitched. And that's what happened to our leader. I am praying that our leader will come out safely and the world will see that what Judo Kappa has been saying on Radio Biafra, that DOS and other people are innocent. Stop castigating DOS. Stop blackmailing DOS. They are working with the mind of Chukwu Abiyama. And I thank DOS for not giving a slot to Simon Epa. I thank DOS for standing together and take the trust upon yourself, for not giving the devil a chance to control radio to be in Radio Biafra, because by now, password and things would have been changing. We will not be calling Radio Biafra or even having what we call Radio Biafra again. But thank you, Chukwu Abiyama, because you are not God, you are man. You want to tell you half of yours. I said, no, we don't want. And a lot of Biafra that are listening to me, they will say, what is this one saying? He's a madman. But that is the truth, because whatever madman is madman, but listen to madman. What he says is will always come to pass. He might be saying stupid thing, a madman thing, but go and look at what the madman is saying. It's nothing but the truth.
Thank you.
The Lala came to destroy our leader, just like he did in the time of Samson. But our leader, being died and protected by Chukwu Abiyama, did not die in Kenya and will never die in Nigeria. We come out to testify and tell the world what transpired. Mazi, thank you very much. May Chukwu Abiyama bless you. For all of us will be alive to see the restoration of Biafra.
Yes.
In the name of Chukwu Abiyama's name I pray. He said, thank you, Mazi.
Thank you so much. All right, this is Radio Biafra. I'm going to take a very short break and I'll be right back. Please stay tuned, don't go away.
Think I'm music, please, I don't come again, you know.
And it's almost the figure.
Oh, promise to be success. No, why up, and the microphone. Change.
tell when we dey fight for this freedom. You don't tell when we dey fight for this freedom. All we need is the referendum. 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 Tell me what to do, tell me what to do, tell me what to see, tell me what to see, tell me what to know. When we talking about the referendum, oh you see, I have to go for long. We just become Muslim for long. Back in the days, we know what's up. But because of Uru, the focus to come out.
All right, I'm back again now. Welcome to the program. One more time, let me take a call on WhatsApp. Call on WhatsApp, please. Tell us your name and where you're calling from. Good morning from here. All right, call on WhatsApp. Are you still there? All right, let's see. Let's take this call. Call on WhatsApp. Good morning. Tell us your name and where you're calling from. Good morning from here.
Yes. Hi, Peters. Good afternoon, sir. Can you hear me, sir?
Welcome to the program.
Yes, my brother. Thank you so much. Thank you for staying strong in what you believe. Thank you for educating Biafrans. God will bless you, my brother. Mazi, I will not take much of your time. I just want to clarify things here. Mazi is about sit at home. Let me say something here. If I'm not getting it right, Mazi, please call me to order. What I want to say here is this. People complicating things. They believe that DOS is the one that initiated this sit at home. Why are they against it at home? Let me clarify things here. DOS and IPOB, Biafra entirely, we are not against it at home. What we're against is the people that are forcing it at home. Please listen carefully. DOS is not against it at home. If you willingly want to sit at home on Mondays, please, you kindly can do that. Nobody is against that. But what we are against is people coming out and say, DOS says sit at home. No, sit at home will be suspended. But if you decide every Monday to sit at home, you can do that. Or if you are willing, it's what you choose to do. It's okay. But people coming out here to force you, say you must sit at home, that is the people we are coming against. That's the people we're against here. So please, we are not against it. If you decide to sit at home, you can sit at home on Mondays. But nobody will force you to sit at home because it has been suspended for now. So nobody says DOS is against it at home if they initiate it. They are not against it. But what they're against is people forcing it, telling you that you must sit at home. That is where we're against. Mazi, another thing before I drop, Mazi, is about people saying if this autopilot is not a member of IPOB, why did Nnamdi Kanu, tell people to go and listen to him? I want to clarify things here. Nnamdi Kanu says, I don't know how people reason sometimes. Nnamdi Kanu says, if you know anything that you can do to move this struggle forward, please do it and we support you. That's what Nnamdi Kanu says. If you know anything that you can do, why autopilot is not a member of IPOB? Nnamdi Kanu find out or see that this guy, what he's saying, makes sense in his own way, that people can go and listen to him. That time, not now. Not only this guy, Nnamdi Kanu mentioned many things. And let me say something. Mayegu diary, if you can know Mayegu. Mayegu is not a Biafra. Mayegu is not Igbo man. But Nnamdi Kanu said, go and listen to him. Why did he say that? Because what Mayegu is doing is rhyming to what we are doing. That's why Nnamdi Kanu said people go and listen to him. So don't tell me that if this autopilot is not member of IPOB, why didn't Nnamdi Kanu recommend him to people to go and listen to him? He recommended him because what he's saying that time is okay, not what he's saying now. Because the guy want to become another something which will end up very soon. Mazi, I can assure you that. Now, Mazi, another thing I want to say is about this cow something that we are campaigning of. Mazi, the jungle is too slow. We need the jungle to every broadcaster, please. We need it. The flyers is going on. We are campaigning it hardly now. And the time is running out. People think that April is too far. No, April is very close. So we have to do everything to make everybody be aware, be warned. No more Fulani cow meat in Biafra land. Full stop. Nobody should use Fulani cow in anything you are doing. Any celebration is cancelled in Biafra land. It's suspended. It's bound. There's no more welcome in Biafra land. Mazi, thank you for having me and God bless you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much. All right, this is Radio Biafra USA too. It's already banned. It's already on news, and we know that. We continue talking about it. It's not going to end.
From 7th April 2022,
the selling and eating of nama, also known as cow meat,
is forbidden in Biafra land.
Be warned.
All right, this is Radio Biafra USA too. Like my brother just said, my Goof's diary is wonderful. He's a great guy, and I listen to him. I follow him. I make sure he's a Yoruba person. He's not a Biafran. So the point is that when our leader says listen to somebody, because our leader, like I said, he has no enemy. He has no permanent enemy. What he has is, if you do well, he will praise you. Let it not get into some people said because their names are called, they think they are very important. You are not when it comes to IPOB issue. We know you guys. When you come out with your fakeness, we will eventually wait for you to land before we're going up. All right, have a call coming in on WhatsApp. Caller, good morning. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Good afternoon from here, Mazi Peters.
Welcome to the program.
Okay, thank you very much, Mazi. My name is Chukwemeka Wabuz. I'm calling from Italy, aka I want to add my voice to the brother who just spoke just now. People are talking about that viewers announced that no more eating cow meat. That is not the message. People are getting that message wrong. The message is that the Fulani cow meat cannot be used, cannot be stored in the Biafra land anymore. If you can go to Japan and bring their cow meat, it's also allowed. But Fulani, we want to reject their product. Fulani cow meat cannot be used to do any celebration in Igbo land, on Biafra land, in any part of Biafra land again, and they cannot be sold in our market because they are doing sex with the cow and come and sell it for us again. They are desecrating our land. That is number one. So that is the message. People should get that message clear. Not that nobody should eat cow meat again. That is not. We must be using Efi Igbo. If we do our ceremony, use Efi Igbo, are they going to throw away that meat? No, you have to eat it, but that should be Efi Igbo. Let us promote our own. That is the message. I heard people saying, no, they have banned the eating cow meat. No, he never banned eating cow meat. HOD said, simple message. Fulani cow meat cannot be used for any celebration and cannot be selling as meat in our land anymore from April. So that is the message. Everybody should get it clear and they stick on it. Before when Gandhi were seeking for their freedom of India, they banned every product from Britain, even their salt. They banned it. These people have already banned our people doing bread in the north. They tell them that these people are infidel, they're doing bread, they don't want it to sell bread for them. And I know many people that are doing bread in the north, they have banned their people from buying bread from it's only very few. Our people selling bread, doing bread bakery in the north are managing themselves since almost 8 years now. So why can't you stick on a simple instruction for you to, whatever you can do for Biafra to come, do it. And we are ready to stand to do anything, any instruction coming from this leadership of this struggle. Don't let anybody to make you to have double. Although our gullibility is our problem. You listen here. Sometimes you talk rubbish. Listen to the instruction and get the message clear. It doesn't have double words. Fulani cow meat is not needed in our land anymore. That's the message. So all of you should stick on this and practice it. If you don't eat nama for 1 year or calf, you cannot die. When I was small, I used to go inside bush and cut some grass for goats. Oh, none of you are doing this. And there's one thing that worries me a lot, Mazi. Let me just say it on air so that our people also will know. We in the diaspora here, we will send money to our people down home. That money is sent to them. From there, they will buy pepper. They will buy oil. They will buy food. But this person buying pepper and oil is sitting in the village doing nothing. But he has a garden where he can put pepper, common pepper, open ground. Just take 3 hours and use a palm leaf and guard that place to run so that the goat cannot come in and eat those the leaves. Guide it around. Within 3 months, pepper will grow up. You have a pepper to cook your food for almost 6 months. You cannot even buy pepper. Some of you cut palm buraku, and you go and sell the tin 2,000 naira, 3,000 naira. You come back and buy a tin of tomato 300 naira. Does it make sense to you? Why can't you use that palm tree you cut, take it and match, get oil, and keep the oil that can serve you for almost 1 year or 2 years? Why can't you do that? Everything they send money, you have to buy pepper, you have to buy, even the one they say Ghana pepper. It's people that cultivate that pepper you are eating in Ghana. From Ghana, they bring it to you, to my village, say Ghana pepper. This is stupidity. We must stop all these things and look towards our own and make sure that we are our own. When you have pepper in your house, your brother or your sister in diaspora send you small money. You can only use it buy things you cannot get for at your own home. We have to change. This change we are talking about is not only to get Biafra. We have to change our method of reasoning and doing things. Thank you, Mazi Iyke. God bless you.
All right, God bless you. Thank you very much. This is Radio Biafra USA 2. The news is coming in 646-920-4541, 845-344-7984, 929-406-9953. That's the line for the principal officers and the ladies. Yeah, what my brother just said is okay. It's, telling you that you should wake up and start farming, start making sure that yourself, go out in front of your house, even if it's on your corridor, whatever time, space you have, put something on the ground. Because this question of food is very, very important. And before you know it, you'll be able to be self-sufficient so that even if you have money, you don't have to buy things that you have in your farm, things that you can use. And about the people that claiming they are confused about the meat eating and everything, they just don't want to tell themselves the truth. What is confusing about it is stay away from cow meat, the nama. That's what we are talking about. There's nothing to be confused about. Caller, good morning. I have a caller on straight line. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Thank you, my name is Mazi Peters. Good morning.
Welcome to the program. Yes, so.
Listen. Oh, don't be there. That is calling. My brothers, my sisters, darling. You see, Mazi Iyke Peters. When I was growing up, my mother hardly bought anything from the market.
Yes.
We had everything. We had green, we had lettuce, we had ose, we had ede, we had ogo, bitter leaf, you know.
Yes.
Even cow meat, cow meat. We had poultry.
Yes.
Just Sunday.
That's right.
So that is the employment that HOD, the leadership just created for us.
Yes.
So from reporting, our people are very thankful that Nani Bido Zubai Fenkani.
Yes.
So, purpose in Japan, April, Diego.
Yes.
And doing what we have for this video, viral, Maka Rice Pyramid.
Yes.
So, when we watch, they've already prepared for their own. So, now, Rocky family during the Biafra war come back and hunt us. Coming season a Bidogo, Oka may take a few months, Oka. Then they turn if ochemuna oka offer.
Yes.
You know, it's okay, America. You will not actually agree with a few things. We will get the nutritional value out of it. And then another lawyer. 10 years, 15 years,
yeah.
When I get every week, I'm not alone. Either in running nose or in a cough. Yes. Because if you're not sure of what you're eating, the poison that is in it.
Yeah.
So, the pain. So, let's get employed. Since the government in Achopwana, Jigola can create income.
Yes.
Then lastly, actually, I bring it to attention of Dave Bumahi. This is in the Akeze, his own people are at Akeze. Why is Dave Bumahi using Fulani people? There is one in Akeze, Mazi Iyke Peters. Ndị obodo agụ anụnwa bụsị ndị Hausa enyelu ịma the biggest Islamic school in West Africa is in Obodo.
Yes.
So a lot of them in ebe a na-asụ asụsụ ịma na eji nwa kee nwatakịrị young man from Akeze kechie onye aka n'azụ wee were obere axe ha kilide nwaanyị until ọ nwụrụ. What's the need of all this? You're killing your people, you're using strangers to kill your own. I've never seen a woman that will carry a child for 9 months, deliver that child and then chop the child up and cook the child in a pot. That's what David Mahi and Hope is that using Mayeti Allah to kidnap a chief yesterday. Sacrilege Allah can Mayeti Allah, ndị na-asịrị ebe anyị ya bịa kpụrụ chief from our own land. Thank
you so much, Dalo. This is Radio Biafra USA 26469204541 845-344-7984 Stay tuned, call us in. We are still here, and like my sister just said, it's a wake-up call by our DOS for us to be self-sufficient, to get preparing ourselves, because now, as in if made during the war, actually, because that time they were all making noise that they are the ones feeding us. Today we are able to feed ourselves, and then don't let it take you by surprise. There are so many empty lands in our places. You can go in and farm, just one, because even if you don't have a land, I'm very, very sure that if you decide to farm somewhere, the owner of the land might let you have the land to farm. Probably the proceeds probably will be shared. You call and you go there, you ask for the land, and they give you the land to cultivate. That's a very great thing, because food is very, very important. No matter what happens, you can never lose. There are two things. You cannot just sit down there and no, onye na-ele nni ma onye na-akọ nni can never be at loss. Or have a call coming in on the line. Good morning. Welcome to the program.
Good afternoon,
There we go.
My name is Mr. Simon Onwankwa.
There we go.
Mazi, I'm very, very grateful. God, may you keep you
there we go.
And all your colleagues, all the radio representatives. Our DOS. I'm giving special greeting to our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. By the power of Elohim, Chukwokike, be with him morning, afternoon, night, and even in the midnight. Mazi, I can't see the Lugaba.
Yes.
Remember, I am the truck pusher.
Yes. That's right.
And the rope will gather. Michael Jackson does one name. Now, walk out to him out what channel. Now, just to follow this than I got.
Yes.
When the time reaches, there is no human on earth. No human being born of a woman that will stop it. We are going.
Yes.
You open again, when the time, anyone that wants to happen, it will happen at the right time.
Yes.
Mind you, without opposition, there will be no party. There will be no running party. Just when opposition is there, then the running party will be there.
Yes.
Something has already started happening. So I'm happy for you people. Whenever I hear your voice, because I can say that you are in terms of university, you are own lecturing. It seems like you are a good counselor.
Thank you.
You broadcast as a counselor. when I hear your voice, I always be at courage. I have hope in me. So you people are trying. Please keep it up. We shall live and see Biafra life.
You see?
Let's the man.
Yes.
Or in the air. Because even if you are an Igbo man, where depend on whatever you say must be written in the Bible. If you go to Second King, chapter 7, from verse 1 to 3, when Prophet Elijah talk of what will happen in the next 24 hours in Israelite, somebody doubted it. He said that the man will see it by his eyes, but he will not going to eat it.
Yes.
So shall it be to every of our enemies. They shall never see the land of Biafra. The land will open and swallow them. They will fall, then we will move. Victory is ours.
Yes.
In the mighty name of Jesus.
You say?
Be blessed.
There we
Thank you.
Hello. Thank you so much. Yeah. This is Radio Biafra. We're still here taking calls at 64692045541.
Don Prince Victor Iwawa Mado Anya Bebon Biafra Deje No Obia Yije Freedom Na Udoka Inario Anya Tony Hippo for Baramenu Aye Bundi Biafra Bundi Judo Naga Obi Makiro Makeju Naga Oga Bikwa Rai Nama Omo Biafra Dekene Biafra Natago Ibo Madu no Ibo Madu Natago Omo Biafra Dekene Biafra Natago No Ibo Madu Natago Eji megu mekene Tifuna Dekano Odogwo ga-adịrị mma onye eze na ọdụworo gị mma ọkwa ndị solo gili n'ụwa akọrọ gị ogiri lacha ọkwa osisi bolo tolo emeresego n'ụwa kwere ọkwa anyị ma n'ọnọdụ ugo ọzọrọ na-egwe mma ọkwa okogo onye arụ a na-achụ anya ọsọ osi ekwensị eliko nri okejikwe n'ogologo ngaji dịka ike anyị gị bụ na London dịka ike anyị gị bụ na Israel Kekani kibu na Russia Kekani kibu na India Kekani kibu na Biafra Nnamdi Kanu Kekani kibu na Biafra Nzobu Enyimba Nzobu Enyimba Anyika zobu ndilo Enyimba Nzobu Enyimba Umu Igbo niile dekene Biafra Natago Dekene Igbo nwe mmadụ anatago Igbo nwe mmadụ no Biafra Natago Ewo Ọ dịwụla anyị Igbo nwe mmadụ anatago Onye weleke sizanye n'osisale My blood Onye weleke chukwu nye n'chukwu okike obiọma Onye give God what belongs to him And give Caesar what belongs to him As we seek for peace and humanity It's not at all for vanity Then I want some people that's killing each other I wonder why my brother who could be a fly John I'm forgetting them I'm forgetting them Nzobu Enyimba Nzobu Enyimba Nzobu Enyimba Nzobu ndila nini
From 7th.
From 7th.
From 7th April 2022.
The selling and eating of nama, also known as cow meat,
is forbidden in Biafra land.
Be warned.
All right, we are still here. Let's see. I want to see if I can take. All right. We're still open to take one or two more calls before we go. This is Radio Biafra USA 2. Stay tuned. Don't go away. The number here is 646-920-4541, 845-344-7984, 929-406, and 9953. Our leader have already made it very clear to us, those who are in leadership, those who are sitting in for him, whenever he comes back, whether we like it or we don't like it, we can cry all the foul we want, we can create the confusion that does not exist. It does not matter to us. What matters to us is that we know the truth, and the truth is where we are living. We are living on the truth. The way it is said, we are here to actualize our freedom. Whether they like it or they don't like it, it does not really matter, to be honest with you. All I'm telling the genuine Biafrans is that keep your eye on the ball. Don't be distracted by these people because they have nothing to offer. They are beating about the bush, and they will keep on beating about the bush. Before they know it, will sleep and wake up in Biafra. Whether they like it or they don't like it, it does not matter. They've been given money to disorganize what we are doing. That's why. But let us not lose focus on what we are doing, because they will always talk. They talk in their mouth is very sweet, and you think they are with you. They are not. We know them. Spiritually, they will feel them as soon as they come in. You can allow the person to be talking on radio all the time. It doesn't really mean that he's making any sense. He will talk and talk and talk and talk. Before you know it, he starts feeling within his head that he's very important, that without him, what we are doing is not going to work out well. Nobody has ever fought this war and won. You cannot fight IPOB and win. It's impossible. You will try. Normally, that's what is expected. If you do not try, it means that we're not doing anything that is that people want to have. So when you come in and you start criticizing us, and that gives us the power to really know that you are not alone. It's expected for you to do that. So when you come in and start criticizing and cursing and doing all kinds of things, pretending to be one of us, we know you guys. When you come in, we know you. The philosopher have already told you, if you are in IPOB and one day you wake up and don't understand IPOB again, the best thing for you to do is to take a walk. Just get away from there. Yeah, you don't need to try to change IPOB principles. That's where Mefor failed it. You woke up and you want to introduce democracy in a struggle that was birthed with command and control. If you are sacked from IPOB, the most honorable thing to do is to move forward. Or at the best, still fight for Biafra in your own way, and not to pick up a fight against the IPOB. This is because it is a fight you can't win. Some of us have wrong understanding of IPOB. Please stop thinking that if you or your group leave IPOB, the group will crash. It just can't crash. IPOB members are in their millions, and non-registered members that are formidable are also in their millions. These people will always defend this struggle for freedom. Take your mind back and watch people that have taken up a fight against IPOB and tell me if they won. IPOB has suspended up to 8 of their arrowheads at some time before. Almost all of them started fighting against IPOB, thinking they can run IPOB down, but failed, and woefully, for that matter. Have you forgotten what happened last 3 months? Many people became autopilot and started insulting IPOB leadership. Today, many of them are back and all regretting what they did. I tell you this, IPOB will always win over her enemies. And that's because IPOB is standing on the truth and is urged on by the pains and blood of the Biafrans murdered by Nigerian government. And these people also run in millions. They speak and seek revenge from the God's altar of mercy. They want justice, and they key to that justice is what IPOB is doing. So if you have risen up against IPOB, you will be shamed. Mark it somewhere. Those of you doing it while claiming to love Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will be totally disgraced. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will say, if you love me, you wouldn't have risen against my own house. Be guided. It's from our philosopher Eluchukwu Ohaji. Beautiful philosopher, beautiful write-up, beautiful, wonderful, wonderful, wonderful write-up that I've told you I've been reading it over and over and over and over in most of my broadcasts so that you'll be able to push it into your head. Stop fooling yourself and think that you are so important that without you IPOB will crash or will rot. You're just deceiving yourself or lying to yourself. What we are asking is the freedom of our prisoner of conscience, our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, who is incarcerated, who is put in there. We are waiting. When they give us a date for February 16, 1/6, that's the day they are going back to court. And everybody thinks that the date will not be here. Very soon, close your eyes and open your eyes, the date will be here somewhere. This is Radio Biafra USA 2. All right, it's about time. I think it's about time we get up because Mazi Iyke is next. But don't forget that this, all we're asking you, asking the world, conduct a referendum and let us decide on where we want to go. But if you say you're not going to do it, keep on keeping the fish bone in your throat because you can't split it out and you can't swallow it. That's Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. You can do all you have to do to him, but you know something, eventually he will come out and get us Biafra as he's coming out. This is Radio Biafra.
Think come is a prince, I don't come again, you know.
And the tones, the big lord.
Oh, come is the success. Oh, why you back? And the microphone. You don't tell when we dey fight for this freedom. You don't tell when we dey fight for this freedom. All we need is the referendum. 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 Tell me what to do, tell me what to do, tell me what to see, tell me what to see, tell me what to know. When we talking about the referendum, oh you see, I have to go for long. We never become Muslim for long. Back in the days, we know what's up. But because of Guru, the focus to come out. I remember when my father they tell me about the war. Then spending so much money just to commemorate. Success in one way, it typically go man. You don't tell when we fight for this freedom. You don't tell when we fight for this freedom. All we need is the referendum. 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 You don't tell me to fight for this freedom. To walk it up on my eye, go rescue your children. Even if I can't say one never make we don't make all these politicians so. No mind, I go just come around. Jesus, heaven and earth. You no go see anything after the election.
All right, this is Radio Biafra. We'll finally come to the end of today's broadcast. Don't forget, April 7th, it starts the revolution. No more Nama in our territory. No more celebrating. If you want to dare us, go against it. Because normally they kill us. After they kill us and we go to bury the dead, we buy their Nama. We're going to marry, we buy their Nama. They are the ones raping our children. We are going to make sure that all that Nama thing in our land is over. From April the 7th, no Nama in Biafra land. You can eat, if you want to eat meat, there's a Fibo, which I'm sure. I don't eat meat. I'm not a meat eater, so I don't know the difference. But I know that it's more healthier. The Fibo is going to be much, much healthier and more grateful to us. It's our own thing. Farmers should wake up and go to farm. Wake up and start planting. Start planting. Even in America here, there are some backyards you go in, and you see women are planting. My wife, I saw the onions and the tomatoes that she's planting at the backyard, and she's taking care of it. So if we can go be in a foreign land like in New York and we still have farm, what stops us from having farm in our homes? There are many plots of land out there that nobody's cultivating. If you talk to the owner of that land, they will allow you to cultivate and will probably sell them, make the proceeds you make from there, you share with the owner of the land. You are feeding some people, because when the food is made, the food is cultivated. Even if people are going to buy it, at least you are feeding some people. Forget about people that are showing you pyramids of rice. We're not sure of that, but it doesn't matter anyway. It's a message that we're supposed to take to heart, to know that the time will come when we need to start cultivating our own food, which is very, 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 very important. From here, from me, this is Radio Biafra. We are going off the air this time, but please stay tuned, because Mazi Iyke comes in next. Biafra for us is our religion, and Radio Biafra, that's where we worship. Stay tuned. I can't take any more calls at this time. I've shut down all the phone lines, so we don't expect you to call. Biafra, that's our religion, and Radio Biafra, that's where we worship. Stay tuned, don't go away.
The last hope we have is in Biafran restoration. I believe. Listen to Radio Biafra. It's where we worship. As a Chukukike Abiyama, let your kingdom come. Listen to Radio Biafra. It's where we worship. As a Chukukike Abiyama, it's your
Ladies and gentlemen, the national anthem of Biafra.
Land of the rising. spilling our blood, we'll count our privilege. The one that which emboldens the free shall always be a flag of liberty.
Ladies and gentlemen, the national anthem of Ambazonia.
Hail this land of glory, we the Ambazonians pledge our loyalty. Praise the soul of Savior who granted us the freedom, and left us to the hero who fought along with Diablo. Glory to glory, we rise and never to fall. Here in a nation, flowing with light and holy. Glory, glory, glory to the Father for making you a nation and joy forevermore. Ambazonia, land of freedom, you shall hear in plenty meeting our need, and your children shall be like the stars above. The Most High God be the watchman of this nation. Ambazonia, land of freedom, you shall hear in plenty meeting our need, and your children shall be like the stars above. The Most High God be the watchman of this nation.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. It has been exactly 113 days since the brave, well-known, well-liked, the most feared and respectable leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, has been in Nigerian custody after being renditioned to Nigeria from Kenya against several well-established international statutes. Soon, as the Directorate of IPOB became aware of the facts surrounding the abduction of its leader, the leadership body of Ambazonia Governing Council, headed by Dr. Joy Abba, was briefed. These cross-leadership briefings were confirmed to have began soon as the two peoples officially entered into a formal alliance in 2021. Dr. Joy Abba, who has not officially addressed the people of Biafra in person since the abduction of his comrade and friend, Nnamdi Kanu, released two short statements on the wake of the IPOB leader's illegal rendition. To the people of Biafra, the leader wrote the following message. IPOB has confirmed the abduction of its leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The Biafra people must remain steadfast in their quest for self-preservation and the actualization of their nation. They must know that genocide before did not destroy the dream. Political asphyxiation did not kill the hopes of millions of Biafrans to exist as a people. To the government of Nigeria, the leader's words were unmeasured. He released the following statement to the Buhari government. That statement read in part, "The government in Abuja must come to the realization that abduction and rendition of leaders has never addressed the reasons that have compelled peoples to act in defiance of tyranny and oppression. During this dark moment in the life of Biafrans, I call on all of you to pray for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. In his honor and millions of others like him, rededicate your efforts in the liberation of your homeland." At this very moment, when the leader of the Ambazonia Liberation War is about to officially address the people of Biafra, it is important for the world to be reminded that the two peoples who have historically occupied the lands of Biafra and southern Cameroons, now called Ambazonia, share a very great and undisputed common history. The decades of manipulation of that history and the continued and current persistent attempt to exert post-colonial infringement on the legitimate rights of both peoples is why these two historically friendly neighbors are today standing up to fight and demand for what is rightfully theirs today. The following are a brief history of Biafra and Amazonia. Biafra is an African nation of about 65 million people located in the southeast of present-day Nigeria that existed prior to the advent of colonialism in the continent. As an independent state, Biafra carried out its trade and commerce with other neighboring countries before its forceful amalgamation with the northern and western parts of the Republic of Nigeria. The people of Biafra briefly enjoyed a spell of independence between 1967 and 1970, when they unilaterally declared secession. However, this move resulted in a deadly civil war that killed almost 2 million people, most of whom were young children, as they died of starvation, despite the promise of no victor, no vanquished treatment at the end of the war. Biafrans have consistently and systematically been subjected to economic, political, and social strangulation by Nigeria. More than 50 years after the war, the circumstances that led this colonial tragedy are still prevalent today, as ethnic tensions remain unresolved. These issues have over several years led to marches, protests, and demonstrations with the demand for full self-rule for the region. Till this day, the indigenous people of Biafra, whose leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, currently in illegal detention by Nigeria, have, however, remained steadfast, vowing to keep on the fight and their aspiration to restore that which is rightly theirs, an independent state of Biafra. To the east of Biafra land is the former British Trust territory of southern Cameroons, now called Ambazonia, a land from where today's speaker hails from. This liberator, whose people have been battling the colonial state of Cameroon for more than 6 decades, are now in the 5th year of active combat with the genocidal army of that state. A state that just a few days ago, on October 14, 2021, had one of its ill-trained, ill-mannered police force murdered another baby called Caroline in the Ambazonia capital, Abuja. It must be known that southern Cameroon, a state which still holds the undisputable historical fact of being Africa's first democracy, had experienced a complete peaceful transfer of power after holding a free and fair election. A stable and thriving nation whose right to self-rule would eventually be violated by a decadent country, ruled from its Yaoundé capital by a few grandfathers, all of whom are close to their graves. The brief self-rule by southern Cameroons would no longer be violated of its right to self-rule by a neo-French colonial system, in complete violation of international law under the Article of 4B of the African Union Constitutive Act, an act that all national boundaries, as obtained at independence, must be respected. Cameroon, however, on October 1961, marched its army of occupation and colonial administrators across international borders into Ambazonia, and have been in colonial occupation till this day. Cameroon would gradually dismantle Ambazonia's political institution to the extent of annihilating Ambazonians' world-class democratic structures. As prognosticated by a 1972 wire now declassified from the U.S. Embassy Yaoundé to the White House, resentment grew among the people of Ambazonia. By in the late 90s, various Ambazonia emancipation movements had been formed, and the voices that clamored for full independence were suppressed, just as huge mineral deposits were discovered by France, French Cameroon's colonial master. This greed would spiral out for over 6 decades until 5 years ago when the people of Ambazonia decided to fight back method for method. With so much historical justification for both the people of Biafra and their counterparts in Amazonia, and at a time when the Nigerian government continues to hold captive the leader of the people of Biafra, the leader of the Amazonia's liberation war, thought it's important that he speaks directly to the brave people of Biafra to reassure them that the Amazonia remains firm and committed to its promise to them as a people. Ladies and gentlemen, it is
The man with the lion voice, the man with the thunder voice. When he speaks, the enemies will panic and take cover. Nigeria,
Ọgaranya na Nnewi, ahịa ọjọọ gbagba na n'Igbo ndị Igbo na
Greetings, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night. Regardless of your time zone, you're listening to live broadcast from Radio Biafra USA. It's coming to you through mother station Radio Biafra London, directed by our leader, His Excellency Mazi Iyke. My name is Mazi Iyke. Today is January the 25th, 2022. It's another day of broadcast, talking to our people and their well-wishers and for us as well. This is a medium of communication where we evaluate the issues. And these issues are the ones created by the enemies of progress, the enemies of decency and humanity. And whatever is their reason, there is something that is behind their activities, something that generates, something that drives their behavior. We come to a place where we feel that, not just that we feel, we know that enlightening the people, telling them what is going on is appropriate. But before we continue, I'll let you know that Iyke Peters Jan, the head of the directorate, the man in charge, will be speaking. Put it that way because we have people that they want to be. They want to be. I don't know why they want to be. I just don't know. So the head of the Directorate of State, Iyke Peters Jan, will address Biafrans on the 27th, that's on Thursday, January 22. It will be 8 p.m. Biafra time. Don't miss it. On the 27th. So, the wannabes, those that copy, those that feel that they have what it takes, but they cannot be able to put one thing straight. Sometimes we make the troubles by ourselves, and the way we make the trouble is when we look at what is going on, we don't condemn it from the outset. We don't. We wait. We wait and wait, thinking that it will go away. But it never goes away. It keeps multiplying. Continues to multiply. If you act, it seems like you have acted so fast. But before we continue, there will be a protest against the extraordinary rendition and illegal detention of our leader Mazi Iyke through the collaboration of British and Kenyan authorities. And then their executors, Nigeria. It will commence at 10 a.m. on Thursday, 27th of January. That's the day head of directorate will make a broadcast. The protest will take place in Dublin, Ireland. And the venue will be British and Kenyan embassies. So you are advised to be there on time. You are advised to be there on time. So it will be free Nnamdi Kanu's protest. So 10 a.m. I'll repeat the venue, British and Kenyan embassy in Dublin. So join and make it grand. I will be pinpointing certain issues today, and that is, what do we know and what is it we don't know? What have we heard and what is it that we did not hear? Why are we in this situation? The issue of Nigeria is not an issue that just surfaced. There are old politicians, there are old analysts, there are old watchdogs that have witnessed what we've been going through. And the old and the new are not on the same page. The old are those that are ex-military generals, and you name them. They are sitting on the newer generation. And they dictate. They dictate what happens. They have not given chance for the newer generation to take over. And I can't see the newer generation taking over because they have been groomed. They have the same symptoms of their groomers. And it's not going to go away. Now let's take the political atmosphere in the first place. When you talk about politics, election, and campaign, who are those campaigning? Who are those conducting the political processes? It is the same old guards. And they are the makers and the shakers. And how can you obtain a change? It is impossible. Unless the system is completely discarded. Not only discarded, those responsible removed. And never to see the office again or seek the office again. But that is not the case. And when you look at it, they continue to parade, they continue to dictate. And then the instability continues. When this continues to happen, they are telling you they are wielding the power of destruction. Look at Mali. Let me give you a little bit of hint to let you know that our trouble will never be over. We have enslaved ourselves to the point that we cannot reason correctly. We cannot carry out any kind of agenda. It's impossible. It's impossible. If you dare make any attempt to change, make something go forward, you are in trouble, because we continue to rely on these people to carry out the agenda of their masters, and they continue to do it on and on. You know, they continue to do it. You see, the reason these things are happening is that we have not been able to confront the offenders. We have not made it a point of duty to confront them, to know why these things are happening. Instead, we just embrace them. We embrace their activities. We make it seem as if it is the way of life, which it is not. Let me give you this. We have not been freed yet. Africa is not free. Africa will never be free until Africans themselves, starting from their own household, free themselves. I always tell you that charity begins at home, and sometimes people don't take deeply into it. Africa will never be free until we free our mind, and that our mind emanates directly from our own homes, from our own houses, from our own compound. It is toxic. It spreads, and it is contagious. Very, very contagious. Our activities, our faith starts from our houses, our homes. Let me break it down to the lowest point so that you will understand what I am saying. You can be the governor, you can be the chief, you can be the essay, you can be the Igwe, you can be the councilman. Our problem starts right from your own house. When you are of unsound mind, when you're engulfed with criminality, cheating, not being able to tell the truth, that is from your own house. You go to your neighbor, the same compound, try to convince him. You've convinced two people. Now you convince the third person. And it gets worse when there is money, exchange of money. Where did you get it? This is what I did. And if you do this, this is what you will get. Please go and show me. From that compound has been inflicted with corruption. And you think it's just the compound. In no distant time, the whole village start participating in the same activity. Then the next village. Then it becomes the norm of the area. How are you going to stop it? Impossible. The next thing you know, the whole town. Then you see how it spreads. Corruption, lies, hatred, cheating. Now, how are you going to effect a change in the affected areas? Impossible. And these will come to make out the community. Their practice has been conducted for a month, 2 months, 6 months, a year. Then when somebody of some mind comes to change it, you say, that's the way we did it last year. That's the way we've been doing it. We cannot change, because those that have started gaining from the wrong practice will resist any change. And who are those sponsoring it? Your colonial masters that have watched you, that have studied your lifestyle, your behavior, and they know the remedy. They know what to give to you. This is a world of survival of the fittest. It does not matter the role you're playing. That role that you're playing that does not entail your survival is a futile role that will eliminate you, your family, and your future generation, for all those that are concerned. You will not agree. You don't want to know. You don't want to do the right thing. But those that know are beginning to make the best use of it. Africans. Let's go specifically to Biafra land and then to the zoo, Nigeria. Depending on how you were raised, depending on your religious background, depending on your collegiate background, you know that the British influence is very prevalent, very common. You know it, and I know it. How do they pass order? Very easily. Your reps, your senators go to the chiefs, autonomous head, and they pass the order. Britain gives the order to the federal. The federal passes to the chief, to the senators and the house reps, and then they pass the order to the chiefs, the Igwes. Now, do you see how easy it is for them to rule over you? But one thing most of us are not understanding is that this world is very small. And that is why I told you, if you're from Nigeria, the zoo, and Biafra land, that don't want to be the zoo, if you don't want to be the zoo, if you hate the name zoo, do the right thing. Get away from it. If you like to subject yourself to animalistic title, then you're the zoo, where you cannot learn, where you don't know what happens, where killing of your fellow human beings, just like the animal kingdom, is the order of the day. That's why you're called the zoo, where you see no progress, where nothing happens, but only killings, vandalism, nothing more, nothing less, no human feelings. These people come, you know you're from Biafra land, and you know, what do you think? What was your perception when you hear Damascus, Syria? What was your perception when you hear Jerusalem? You never thought, it never occurred to you that it's just move up north, you will get it. You will visit the place. And when our earlier fathers and our uncles and in-laws visited, they said, we went to Jerusalem. Right there you have the chill that you've gone to see Christ and God. What a small world. Perception makes you think that it is in heaven. And where is the heaven? You can never reach it. We don't know where it is. Scientists are proving to you that there are more than what you see. There are more than what you see. And all we do is watch. You get into airplane. You raise your face in the sky. And you see the cloud. That barrier you see that is blue, you think is heaven. You look up there, you see it's heaven. Go above the cloud. You see nothing. You continue to see more and more. But then when you look down, you see that you are in a different world. The world is very small. With the means of transportation, now you know that anything can happen. And since the world is small, those that know that the world is small want to make the best use of it. And for them to make the best use of it, they will dispossess you of what you have. Now they know that the resources are limited, not unlimited. They know it is limited. And where are those resources coming from? From your land. You have the comparative advantage of everything, but you are not making use of it. Your lifestyle, your culture, your belief is different, and you protect what you have. And they that have noticed your lifestyle will say, okay, we will use their culture against them to prevent them from flourishing. We will dominate over them. All you do is groom their military. And we will use our military to carry out our foreign policy. And to carry that out, divide their communities. Let these be the most aggressive community. Arm them. Arm them. Oh, you know those that attended our training, military training, we did all we can, and we can use them. And any of them, any of those that participated in the political activity that cannot carry out what we need, those things we need are those things that will satisfy our own people. If it is the Germans, those things that will satisfy the German public. If it is Britain, those things that will satisfy the British. If it is the US, those things that will satisfy Americans. If it is China, those things that will satisfy China. If it is Russia, those things that will satisfy Russia. Then what about you, the victim? You that is being used. Have you thought about what will satisfy you and your children and future generation? No. Rather, you will carry out what they want you to do. And when they do it, you feel happy. You feel that you have assisted them. And now they call you Mali. They call you Uganda. They call you Zimbabwe. They call you Gambia. They call you Nigeria. They call you Ethiopia. These are your names. And you are free according to them. You are free. How are you free? You are not free. These are the imaginary lines they have drawn. And the worst case is in Biafra land, where because of oil, they drew imaginary line. In a village, this part of the village is in a different state, and the other part of the village is in a different state because of oil. From henceforth, you are no longer brothers. You are no longer sisters. Yes, the Ezes, the Igwes, the councilmen, the chiefs, the senators, of course, the reps, of course, they will all buy it. All of a sudden, an imaginary line divided your community. You could have called it Umuze 1 and Umuze 2. We oblige. From that day, there will be a fight between the same community, one answering a different name, Imo, the other one answering a different name, Abia. How come? Because of resources. And our inability to stand, our inability to question, and our inability to say no is void and absent. It doesn't exist. Hence, any of us that attempts to correct what is wrong becomes an enemy. And this swings back to our colonial masters. Yesterday, I gave you a hint of what my friend said, Bruce Fane. Your dominators, your foreign powers are responsible. And now Africans have sold themselves. They refuse to progress. They refuse to learn. They refused to do the right thing. And this is what we are facing. If you're not fighting for the release